We've arrived at day 24 of the Murphy Challenge at 7 Steps to Quit as we work our way through the harsh reality that, hey, it's starting to get harder to do this thing.
Well, I have to be honest with you. Today is one of those days when I least feel like doing anything. It's one of my special anniversaries, my anniversary in the frat, because I pledged in '88. And this is a day that I just do not feel like doing anything. You know, I'm coming up with some excuses like crazy, you know. But we're at day 24. We're at the last week, you know, and this becomes a grind, you know, and it is a grind. It's been a grind. So what do? Well, just call yourself going through the motions, and by the time you get going, maybe we'll start feeling a little bit better. So let's see how we do on a day that we really don't feel like doing. I just want to kick it, call it a day, and that's it. Yeah. It's probably a little tougher to do this during this COVID-19 situation, but this is one of those cases where having a workout partner is probably a good thing. Well, what I'm finding is that I feel a little better now that I've warmed up a little bit to try to keep it going. You know, definitely having a partner psychologically helps you get into the right framework and the right mind frame. I'm going to start getting this going. I don't think I'm doing the extra stuff today. I'm just trying to get through the basics. So I'm just going to do the pull-ups, the push-ups, and the squats, basic stuff, and try to get through today, since today is not such a high energy day, but I still want to finish it out. Because even if it's a low energy day, still finishing the day is an accomplishment in and of itself. You know? Okay, well, I'm on the last round, and it was a day that I didn't feel like it, but you know what? Turns out it wasn't that bad of a round after all. So one of the main things you got to really do is just push your way through, and remember, it's really mental, because after you get to this point, day 23, 24, you obviously can do it because you've been doing it, like I've been doing it, but it's that mental thing. You know, plus I'm ready to hang out with my bros, but they'll still be there after I finish up. I'll call all of them after this. I mean, it's COVID-19 year anyway, so ain't too much hanging out happening. But we're rounding the last few days of this thing. Just stay focused, stay consistent. And if you can't do all that extra stuff, just do what's the minimum, which is the 100 pull-ups, the 200 push-ups, and the 300 squats. I think this has been one of the most challenging physical test goals I've ever attempted. And you wouldn't think that that would be the case because it's just, body weight exercises. But I think it's the back-to-back thing you got to be very careful about because it's easy to injure yourself when you do go back-to-back without rest. But when I go back to doing the weights, the training with the weights, I'm definitely going to value those days off and really rest on those days off because that off time helps your body to heal. And I can feel the difference, with giving your body a chance to heal. Although this constant doing it day in and day out helps to toughen your muscles and all that type of stuff. But I can really see the value of healing because even when I was injured during this process, I came back stronger because I had a chance for my body to heal. And I've had little small tears here. I've had problems with my lower back since we've been doing this a little bit. Learned how to do the technique better for that. So once again, doing it the right way, the right technique, and not in a hurry or in a sloppy way. Technique is more important than anything else. And I've always said that. But in this exercise of this Murphy challenge, I've really come to terms with that. And I'm wondering, what kind of a situation are you having? What's been your biggest challenge? At the bottom here, give me a comment and let me know what's been your biggest challenge in going through this process. If you've been able to get through it to this point. Because I'd like to hear what you have to say as well. Simply right at the bottom, and let's exchange some ideas and encouragement one for another in this community of doing this challenge.
One thing I would like to advise, especially when you reflect back on day 23, if some of the supplements could be a bit of a challenge for you, particularly if you have prostate challenges. So please be sure to double check and do your research on supplements. Make sure they won't exasperate any condition that you already have. I'm Paul Williams, 7 Steps to Quit.